Hello, everyone. Revolver Guy, perfect for poor people. I was just going to do a little video today about a couple of things I've been thinking about that's come up. I've watched a couple of videos and I've been noticing a lot of things on a lot of videos on YouTube, and just kind of I guess it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. I know people have to make a living, and I know people. Everybody does it, I guess, in a different way. But a lot of the channels that you go to on YouTube, even for prepping or uh, survival or firearms, anything like that, most of these channels are just trying to make money. I mean, almost all of them have advertisements. Almost all of them have uh, Patreon pages, and then they try to sell you things, which I don't have a problem with that. Most advertisements YouTube puts on there, I don't have a problem with that. I don't really have a problem with uh, the Patreon pages. I think that's actually probably a good way to do it. It's $1 a month, I think, to subscribe to somebody, and you can get a lot of good, useful information out of it. But I do have a problem with these people that are just selling things. I mean, there's an awful lot of them on there want you to buy all the gold and the silver, and they want you to go to their online store and buy all your food, which is just nonsense. Because if they really cared about people, then they would tell you not to buy prepackaged food. It's so much more expensive than just going to Walmart or Sam's or Costco or a place like that and getting it yourself. And really what you need are the skills to grow your own. So I don't know. I just feel like a lot of these channels are doing that. And when I started my little channel, I just wanted to get some information out to people. I didn't really give it a whole lot of thought, but I knew that I was not doing this to make money, because I don't want to make a dime off of it. I never try to sell you anything. If I recommend something, it's just because I've used it personally, and it's worked out very well for me. So, but there are a lot of channels out there selling things, but then again, the whole world's trying to sell you something. I watched a video here a while back about the tech giants and how they just are, they're just consuming everything, and they Facebook and how some of their policies have been. They're selling your information, and they're just making billions of dollars. Apple and all these are doing this, and they're even doing things like eliminating apps to limit how much time your children have. And I don't really have a huge problem with this, because in a free market capitalist society, you can pretty much do what you want to, as long as it's ethical, I guess. Selling, the problem with Facebook is they tell you that they keep your privacy or keep your information private, but they really don't. That I have a problem with. But if companies like Apple and different ones, they don't want these apps on there that limit viewing time, because the more viewing time they have, the more money they make. And I understand that. And it really, that comes down to a personal responsibility. If your children are on the internet, if they're on social media a lot, you need to be able to control that. I mean, you're the parent, so do I think it's right? No, probably morally it's not right, but it still comes down to an individual responsibility. And what all this comes down to really is, like the Bible says, the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not money, it's the love of money. It's greed, and there's a whole lot of greed in the world. Matter of fact, that's what it's all about. That's why we're all preparing. I mean, everybody in the prep world knows that the elites, the globalists, the super rich, their goal is to get richer. They don't care if they do it off our backs, and they've done it for a long time. And they've weakened this system to a point where it just can't stand up much longer. So we prep and we get ready, and that's what we have to do. We have to, take some personal responsibility and realize that what these people have done, while immoral, it's not really illegal. Those are two different things. I said it yesterday. You cannot legislate people into morality. You just can't do it. So we're going to have to stand up and take care of ourselves. I spoke on a little bit yesterday about the Patriots standing up, and I really think it's getting very, very close to that time. You just see everything going on around us, and politicians, and it's really the globalists is what it is. These power-hungry people, they're willing to do anything that they can to control everybody on this earth. And they realize that 7 billion plus people are probably too hard to control, so I don't think it would bother them a bit if a bunch of us got taken out. But I don't know that. I mean, I don't know their entire plan. I don't know, I know what God's plan is. So I can't predict the future, but I can certainly prepare for it. And I hope you're preparing too on a daily basis. I hope you're doing a little something. I went out today and worked in the garden just a little bit, got a little closer to being ready to plant. And I'm trying to learn new skills every day. I think that's a real important thing. Try to learn something, a new skill, even if you just read about it on the internet or watch a YouTube video about it, learn something, maybe write a few things down. Write some recipes down. What happens if something does go down, that, we have a big SHTF situation, and having some recipes and some variety of food would be a great thing. Be a real morale lifter for you and your group and your family. There's just a lot of little things you can do on a daily basis to improve your skills, to get ready. I am by no means 100% ready. I don't guess I ever will be. I have a lot of things I need to do to improve upon, and we all do. So I think that'll be an important thing moving forward to concentrate on. Not only supplies, but gaining more skills. It's funny, I saw a little video clip today about Julian Assange and how he could be facing the death penalty under the Espionage Act. I believe it's 1917, if I'm not mistaken. Back during World War I, the Congress passed this Espionage Act, and they can't impose a death penalty for it. And there had been some talk about it. I guarantee you, if Julian Assange had released some information about Trump, there'd be no talk about it. But because he released it about the Clintons and their empire and their whole corrupt organization, now they're whispering that maybe they want to do something more than just the 5 years he's facing for hacking in the government computer. And that, I don't know how they could ever prove that he committed espionage. He didn't sell the secrets to a foreign government or anything like that. So, but it's the same thing they used against Edward Snowden. And Snowden, he saw how dirty things were, and he exposed it. Did he break the law? Yes, he broke the law. So did Julian Assange. They broke the law. Sometimes you have a pretty valid reason for breaking the law. The Patriots, back in 1775, broke the law. Started a revolution. They had a reason to do it. And I believe that both of these men have a reason to do it. Now, I'm not saying Trump is squeaky clean. He may have things on Trump too. If he does, good. Expose him. Expose everybody. Expose all those dirty dirty deeds and all this corruption that's been going on. I have a feeling he has a lot more on the politicians because Trump just got there. He's only been there a couple of years now. So, I mean, he was a businessman and he did what he did, and I'm sure he did some dirty things because they all do. I don't believe you can really become a billionaire without doing some dirty things. But we're talking about corruption on a scale that amounts to treason. That's the corruption that the Clintons and a lot of these Democrats have been on, and a lot of Rhino Republicans too. So, enough about politics. I get so sick of hearing it, and I just thought it was funny. Assange there was getting. There's some people talking about that. As far as I'm concerned, he's a hero, and I hope some more people like him can stand up and expose some more truth. I'd love to see it. But as preppers, survivalists, we're going to maintain. Matter of fact, we're going to keep pushing forward. And I'm going to pray every day. I thank God for my country, my family. And pray for protection as we move forward through these times, these end times. And it's really exciting, folks. There's nothing really to get down about. We can't change what's going to happen. We can just change how we're able to deal with it. And I hope that the Patriots will stand up and we deal with it in the right way. So, thanks for watching. Leave me some comments. I'd like to hear your points on this. And anything else you'd like to talk about. Like and subscribe if you would. I've got a few more subscribers here lately, so I want to thank y'all for your patronage and all my subscribers. I started out doing this, didn't think I'd probably get anybody, and now I have over 50, and I'm real happy about that. I hope to get my name out there and get a few more people subscribe, and we can have discussions, and it don't cost you a dime. I'll never charge a dime for anything I do. I don't have a whole lot of information, I guess. I just try to give out what little bit I can and be honest and straightforward about it, and maybe build a little team, a little camaraderie, because that's what we need to do in these end times. We all need to stick together. So like I said, thank you for watching, and remember, all gun laws are unconstitutional.